A girl just died on the fucking game. Kyle Troup, pick that throw out. You just got eliminated.
Too much to go through for a simple recap. Seriously, there's like 6 or 7 weeks of controversy to go through. Plug my first because at this point, you sort of know what to go.
Darling, here's that 50K I owe you. And you know what? For good measure, here is $2,000. Thank you. That's for interest.
$2,000? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's no problem. And here, you should try this. I've been playing it every day at home, and I can make up to $200 extra a day.
But before we get to this tweet, we have to talk about why this tweet was made in the first place. A lot of you guys will probably remember the YouTuber Dogpack404. He's one of the guys who blew the roof off this whole Mr. Beast situation in the first place. Employee named Jake Weddle, who has done at a very people have been thinking for quite some time. I think is video where he attempted to he was Mr. Beast. Throughout this year, I've made a couple videos. Is kind of insane. But that's just one aspect of what Jake talks about. Like I said, I would really recommend giving the video a watch. These first-hand accounts of people who are interacting with Mr. Beast on the daily are pretty intense, which I think you'll get an idea of from the bit we're watching today. We're going to be taking a look at the last, 5 minutes of the interview, where Dogpack404 questions Jake Weddle about if he ever heard of sexual misconduct in the company outside of Ava Chris Tyson. And his answer to that is what we're going to watch now. Now, I'm going to let the clip play out in full because I feel like talking about this clip without showing you guys the tweet that followed it would kind of be pointless, because the tweet we're going to be looking at makes this clip go from somebody saying something that looks really bad but who knows what's the actual story behind it, to this clip being something that might genuinely have the potential to ruin
You know, like if you do your time, that's fine. I think there should be the rehabilitation in this country. But that guy. He's on the register for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. We're going to channel that. Whatever he is. That you a physical back and forth.
Part of the clip that I did not include, but Jake Weddle said he heard rumors that the guy's nickname was Delaware because he wasn't allowed to go back to Delaware. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He's been back several times. He was hired before I was, and was actually the reason I got hired at Mr. Beast. Before being hired, Delaware sat down with Jimmy and Sue, Jimmy's mom, and explained to them everything. So yes, Jimmy knew. But again, this incident happened in 2010. Delaware was hired in 2017/2018. Delaware was also let go from the company before I was. Delaware was supposed to be a behind-the-scenes manager, but in a couple videos, he was asked to partake because we needed people. He was reluctant, especially in the straitjacket because of his charges, and that's why he wore the mask. Delaware's charges are set to be dropped this fall. Delaware has been nothing but a good person, an amazing husband to my sister, and the best father to my two nieces that I could ever ask for. They want no part in this and want to just live their lives away from the limelight. I understand why anyone would be upset and frustrated over these allegations, and I do not blame them. Hurting kids in any way is completely unacceptable, but in the case of Delaware, I firmly believe he did nothing wrong and look forward to the day these charges back here. First of all, no way he did not know about this. And delicate yes. And Mr. Beast did not do a chance at turning his life around. Support it. And this is unacceptable. There's no circumstance. This is your line of work. Background check, something. I'm not trying to speculate here.
Oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, and potassium.
Put these pieces
of all the elements that surround us.
Mr. Beast
I know you want to get back to your game. These interruptions can be annoying. Kind of like when you want to find a picture on your phone and you can't.
We have to hide his face. I would have said, oh, okay, go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna be a part of that. So you really gotta start wondering, what is the work environment like on these sets where everyone... This is about Mr. Beast knowing what the situation is. Work. Mr. Beast team. Well, guys, what do you think? Are people like me overreacting? Was this just Mr. Beast trying to do some good? Because I can't believe that's the case.
Feel free to applaud.
Yay for not dying!
We're gonna find that boat.
Mine's bigger.
You can pull it.
Borderlands, rated PG-13. Now play.
Against Mr. Beast. And now they're just yet to come. He is taking in exposure to the shrapnel of it all. For two reasons. The first one is because I made a
video on this channel about a week ago called I Don't Like This Channel. And in it, I basically talk about how I don't like doing drama videos. Drama videos do really well. They get millions and millions of views, but those viewers only want more drama videos. So I look into more drama to make more videos to satisfy the viewers. And it's kind of a negative cycle. Like it loops, it feeds itself. It makes a lot of money. That's great. That's cool. But the viewers that come from it and the content that I make from it isn't something that I'm proud of or like. So I want to stop doing it. Over the past channel, I've been on this channel like numerous times. You obviously want to he's done, how he's so I figured yada yada yada. And anyway, this led to what I would because frankly the live talking about get through it. Basically wanted to taking it makes commentary about ASMR scandals, which apparently there are a lot of. I didn't know about all that. And paused to talk. Navigate. Illegal lotteries, Ludwig spends commentary towards how Dogpack 404 knew Mr. Beast had staged his 7 days out at sea, and how Dogpack could verify that Mr. Beast was on a yacht or not. The creator video. He turns out to actually be a Ludwig viewer. If you look at his most recent video, there's
Continental Rebels clean better. Teamwork.
On a plane.
Hi, we're visible. Get set to travel with some plan that'll keep you connected on the go. All on 5G data. Travel like a champion.
That is basically what of control. And so for context, me having a call with did you work on that video, or are you going off the?
You are control operations. Means you're trying to give me to reveal confidential information and break my NDA.
I don't know what your NDA is. I'm trying to ask questions about the freaking thing.
Oh, you know what an NDA is?
About any videos. Of 2025. Video 7. Question that broke the NDA. He knew that he wasn't. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. Because I did watch the rest of the video, and I did see the illegal lotteries, right? And like, frankly, it is fucked up to sell hoodies that have your signature that someone else signed on your behalf. You shouldn't do that. You should sign with their names. It's fine if you get a hoodie, but you just can't have it. Personally, right? Same thing. When people they can so it doesn't happen in the future. And not I thought he was a good person. I thought he was doing right by people. I never worked at Mr. Beast Incorporated. The title he had. Things he does there. I like I did. And this one is an interview with the bad I can on a 30 days Jake, who bear in mind at this point is sleep deprived, they haven't turned off the lights whatsoever, he's had no exposure to sunlight, has been in solitary confinement, has had to deal with awful putrid smells, tubs, and dairy products, and paint. What we actually instead of Mr. Beast, he should that Mr. Beast was which is it makes sense. The biggest thing that we should have done is have the lights on. Like that. So, that they play for or whatever that they can split. And so they adapt to how the person is struggling. So they should have done that with the light, obviously. And then not made them run the marathon. What's going on? Like, you can't even do professionally produced safety team and HR. Contestants being taken care of. I'm not passionate about this. Lights off. They made you giving up another video they made. A guy died, and then they continued to air the show and showed his.
Want to earn gift cards from playing new games on your phone? Download Misplay, play new games, start earning.
It was like a 25-year-old. They died because the conditions are. Even the most recent edition of the American Survivor was going to take a shit for 16 years. That is like it becomes not taking a shit. When that happened to the show. JoJo did this. I didn't say that several times. Here's the exact clip of me saying it. Size of the difficulty of the challenge. But ultimately, you are... there, he was. But what's more interesting to me is how quickly he deteriorated in. I guess that's how tough it was. Like the worst things that I said out of my mouth and put together. I thought that. I mean, I don't even think like it needs to be that deep. Like, I just believe like if you are talent, like Jake Weddle was for the shoot, that like it. You know what's a good example? Really, fuck man. Here's a homework assignment. Comedian who took part in this wildly popular game show in Japan.